Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten, and today we are doing another reading vlog, and this reading vlog is going to take place in Thailand. And while yes, I am still currently in my flat, I am flying out there tomorrow and I do not have time in the morning to start the video, but I'm going to be reading quite a lot on the flight, fingers crossed. So let's talk about the book we're going to read for this video. I am finally going to be reading Lost in the Garden by Adam S. Leslie. This is a book that I knew I wanted to read when I'm on holiday. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense because I'm pretty sure this gives off English countryside vibes. It is actually set in the English countryside, so why I want to read this when I'm not in England, I don't know. That doesn't actually make sense. But it's once I got it into my head that I wanted to read this on holiday, that was it. That was just the way it was going to be. So this is the book we're reading. I'm thinking I'm going to be able to get through a lot of this while I'm on the flight. This seems like a really chunky book, but actually it's not as long as I thought it was. I thought this was getting on for like 500 odd pages. I'm actually really surprised. It is only 446 pages, and I honestly thought it was closer to like 600-ish. So that's actually not too bad. I don't think this is going to take me long to read at all. Now, I do have another book I'm also going to be reading on the flight. I'm going to be kind of going between the two. It depends how much I get read today, which is for my new releases video. I've already done the update for that and said about all of that. I might be able to finish that one when I'm at work. If I do, then I'll be reading this one straight away on the flight. If not, then I'll be finishing that book. But I've got a long flight. Okay, we're going to Thailand, so we're doing a 6-hour flight, a stopover in Doha airport, and then another 6 hours. So, you know, the reading time's going to be there, although I will be sleeping. Like, if you know me by now, we know I love my sleep. There is no way I'm giving that up, but I should get a good chunk of this read, is basically what I'm saying. So yeah, so I wanted to start this before I get to Thailand, because otherwise I'll be landing in Thailand and the intro clip will be about 20 minutes long while I tell you what this book is about and everything that's happened in the first, like, however many pages I managed to get read on the flight. But yeah, this is one I'm really excited about. To be fair, this is one that I picked up because of the cover. It is absolutely gorgeous. I saw a few people talking about it, and the cover, I was like, I don't care if you're bad or not, I need this book for the cover. I don't think it's gonna be bad. It's giving me sticky summer horror vibes, but also it's like folklore, which, yes, I love a good horror folklore book, so I'm really excited for this one. We're following 3 girls and they're going to Almondby. However, they have been told their whole lives that you do not go to Almondby, and we're going to be following these girls to find out what exactly is wrong with Almondby. And it is set in the idyllic yet perilous English countryside, where nature thrives in abundance and summer lasts forever. And as they travel through the ever-shifting geography and encounter strange voices in the fizz of shortwave radio, the harder it becomes to tell friend from foe. And this is meant to be really creepy and dreamlike and unsettling, and I really can't wait. And actually, I've just thought, annotation supplies. I should really bring some annotation supplies because I've been loving annotating my books. I've really been getting back into it, and I've been finding horror books especially I have been annotating, so I should probably do that. I'm really excited for it. We're going to get into it, and yeah, this is the Thailand vlog as well, so you're going to be seeing little bits of what we get up to. And yeah, I'm very excited, really excited for this book, really excited for this holiday. It's been a few years since we've been to Thailand, so we're going back there and it's going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read this book, or what are some of your favorite like summer folklore horror stories. I would love to know. I definitely am trying to compile a list of different horror folklore books to be reading, so anyone that's already given me recommendations, they're on the list, but also keep adding to it. I am more than okay with that. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Grab yourselves a beverage, and I will see you when I land in Thailand. have arrived in Thailand. I thought I'd show you the view. Actually, that was my partner's idea of where to set up filming. So this is the background you're going to see when we're here. I'll probably give you a tour a little bit later at some point during the holiday, but we have to talk about the fact that the plans have changed for this reading vlog. And also, if you hear the background sound of the AC, it's not going off. It is freaking hot, so it's staying on. So we'll just have to deal with any background noise. But as we know, the plans were to read Lost in the Garden, and I did start it. So on the flight, I played loads of Animal Crossing. It was great, and I also started this book. So I'm up to chapter 17, page 76, and it reads really, really easily. Chapters themselves are really, really quick. The writing style is very easy to read. It really is a breezy time. You don't have to focus too much on what's going on at all. And the plot line is interesting. We're following these three girls. We've got Heather, Rachel, and Antonia, who you meet all three of them. They're all in this town. They're friends and sort of friends. They like have connections to each other in different ways that will get explained. And they start off going to this place called Almonby, which we know Almonby is a place you do not go to. It's kind of like an old wives' tale of you don't go there. We get introduced to what's going on in this post-apocalyptic world, sort of. Summer has been around for 6 years, so there's been no other seasons apart from summer. People are struggling to survive and things, and you've had the younger children that have been kind of coming into themselves with their abundant energy and stuff, as the book describes it, and being able to look after everybody. And there's also these kind of, they call them ghosts, but they're like zombies that just don't eat you. They will attack you and they will kill you, but they're just not going to eat you. And people randomly go missing from this town, like just randomly. We don't know why they're going missing, we just know people go missing. But what we definitely do know is anyone that goes to Almonby never comes back. And so that's kind of like the setup. The 76 page has been setting up ready for this trip to Almonby. There is some interesting things. I want to say it's around Rachel. There's something going on with her, which is kind of interesting. However, the reason why everything's been derailed is I just don't actually care about this book at all, which is so frustrating because we know how much I was looking forward to reading this one. I don't care. The writing style is a style of writing that I just cannot get on with, and the characters I just don't really care about. They read really, really, really young. Almost like they should be children running around in like primary school here in England. How does that translate to America and that? I have no idea. But like younger, like pre-teens, maybe even early teens, that sort of age range. But they're not. I'm pretty sure they're meant to be older than that. And they just don't seem that way. And sure, you could put that down to the setting and the post-apocalyptic setting and all of that, but they just don't feel like adults. And I was just really struggling with this on the plane. Like, I'm like, okay, this is the book I've got with me on the plane. I also had my Kindle, and I ended up deciding to go back to a book that I'm reading for the new releases vlog, which is coming out on the 13th, that I wasn't enjoying that much, but was happier to finish that than I was this, which is, I think it just says a lot, really. I think I have several reasons why I'd DNF a book. One of it's boredom, the other one's writing style, and this one it's a bit of both, because the plot is kind of interesting, but I was looking at reviews, and a lot of this plot, the whole part of the book is just them traveling to Almonby, not even getting there. A lot of it is just traveling, which I'm just like, I don't mind a traveling story, but I've got to like the writing, or I've got to like the characters, and I'm not really liking the writing, and I'm not interested in the characters. So what is going to keep my interest? It would be finding out what's going on with Almonby, which apparently from some of the reviews that I've read, it just doesn't seem that great. So it's frustrating, because this is another instance where I don't want to DNF the book. I do want to finish it, but at the same time I know I'm not actually going to enjoy it, so is there any point in carrying on? So yeah, this is going to be a DNF, which is why it's kind of derailed what I'm doing with my videos. So originally I'd planned to do 2 reading vlogs in Thailand. Instead, that's changing. We're going to do the 1 reading vlog, and then we're also going to do the Patreon exclusive vlog that they've asked for while I'm out here, and that's it. We're going to be swapping to the second book that I brought on holiday with me, which is Jurassic Park, and I'm really hoping I like this one because this is the only other physical book I've got with me. There is a bookshop, as you were seeing. So today is our first full day. We landed yesterday and we didn't really do anything apart from sleep and have food, and that was about it, because, you know, I've been traveling for ages. Today we did a bit of shopping. We went to one of the shopping centres covers and just had a little look around the bookstore, stationery stuff, things like that. As you saw, you got some bookstore b-roll, and I liked it. Like, I always love looking around a bookshop, and honestly their book prices are really decent. Like, I can't complain. There was a few books that I was contemplating and they're only like just over £10 once we've done conversion, so that's honestly not a bad price for a book. Like, could I still get it cheaper in England? Yes, but you do get some covers that we don't get in the UK, so I'm always happy to have a look. However, there are bigger bookstores that I know I want to have a look in, so I'm gonna save it. But also, hopefully I like Jurassic Park. Like, I'm really hoping I like this book. Obviously, I rewatched the film recently because Leandra and Rainey were hosting a watch along for that, so that was really good. I have tabs. I also did some actual separate tabs for this book. I guess we'll see if I end up tabbing it. Yeah, I'm just hoping that I would get on with this book better than Lost in the Garden. I guess we're gonna find out. But to be honest, I'm also kind of happy that I'm not doing loads for the like doing 2 different reading vlogs, because yes, there's things that I can be reading, but I'm really just enjoying my holiday and just enjoying being here. So while I probably will read at point, this is very much an active holiday where we're out and doing things and going to different shopping centres, going to some of the places that we haven't done before. Bangkok is busy. We're busy all the time, so I'm probably not going to be reading anywhere near as much as I normally would, but this is the book we're going to be swapping to. So a bit of a disappointing update, but it is what it is. Technically, I have finished one book. I finished one book on the flight, which was for the other video, and yeah, just have decided to DNF this. I'm so disappointed because I love this. As I said at the start of this book, like the start of this video, I love this cover so much, and I really wanted to love it, but there's just something in this writing style that I just don't like, and so it's just not working, unfortunately. And I really wish I could explain to you why. I think if I was to give this a star rating, it's like a 2.5. There is nothing actively wrong with this book. I think the plot is interesting. There is something about this writing that I am not connecting to, and so because I can't, I would just be reading it for the sake of reading it to end up giving it a 2.5 or even lower if I get frustrated with it, and I just don't think it's worth it. So yeah, I don't know. I also like just some of the setup of the way it does this. Introducing Antonia. Antonia is a stand-up comedian. The bit that we got going to her perspective, because this perspective changes, but I don't feel like they're that drastic, but I don't feel like there's much differentiation between the characters in this, which is another frustrating thing. Like, if you're gonna have 3 different girls as your main perspective, you want them to feel different, and I am not feeling a difference between these girls. Yes, Heather is meant to be this manic pixie dream girl. It feels forced more than anything else. Then we have Rachel, who's a bit mysterious, got this weird thing going on with her, which I am interested in, but I also know I could probably skip ahead, find out and be like, oh, is that it? And then we have Antonia, who is meant to be this stand-up comedian, but she's a very bad stand-up comedian, and the start of her chapter was just loads of like one-liners of these really bad jokes, and I was like, why are we getting this? It was all done in italics, and I was like, what is the purpose? And then it was explained in the chapter that, oh, Antonia tells these really bad jokes, and I'm like, cool, but I didn't need that. You could have taken all of that out and I would not have cared. Like, I'm quite happy just knowing she tells really bad jokes rather than having all of those bad jokes written down. Like, it just wasn't needed. I'm kind of interested in the world, like the setting of it, I'm interested in. I kind of want to know what's going on with Almond Bee. I want to know what these ghost zombie things are, but I cannot persevere enough with the writing and the characters to get me through to that point. So that's why it's a 2.5. So I feel like some people are really going to like this. So actually, I did get it wrong in my TBR video. I said Jennifer had DNF'd this book. She hadn't. She finished it and liked it. I'm now the one DNF'd it, so you know. But yeah, so I do think I can understand why some people love it. The reviews do seem to be very split. Either people are giving it a 4-star and higher, or they're giving it like a really mid, like 2-star rating or less, because they're just not fit. And that's where I'm fitting into it. It's just not a book for me, unfortunately. So yeah, oh, I'm bummed. But moving on to Jurassic Park, I'm hoping I like it. It's meant to be quite good, and look, there's lots of like interesting graphs and things in it, so I'm really curious to see how I like it. When I'm going to be starting this, I don't know. I don't want to say, oh, I'm going to start it tonight, because I actually can't promise that I'm going to. I'm just going to read it at some point, and I've got 2 weeks. You know, I'm here in Thailand for 2 weeks. I've got 2 weeks to chill out and read this book. I would also like to read an ebook, but again, that's for another video. That's a new releases video. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I enjoy these more, but that's everything. Right now, I'm gonna update another video, and then we're gonna go out for dinner, and I'll just bring you along and update you at some point when I have read something, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's been a few more days and I have started Jurassic Park, and I'm actually enjoying this so much more than what I thought I would. I'm not gonna lie, part of me was a little bit hesitant going into this book because I was thinking maybe I won't like it as much, I'm not sure. Also, this lighting is a bit all over the place, the back lighting here, so we've just got the curtains closed for today, but we'll make do. I really was a bit hesitant going into this because I'm like, I know I liked the film, but generally speaking, if I've watched the film first, then I don't tend to enjoy the book as much. And obviously I recently rewatched Jurassic Park when they did their watch along for it, and I had so much fun with it. But actually, I am really enjoying this. I am up to part 3. We're on page 97. Jurassic Park. We've just arrived at Jurassic Park, and honestly this is so different. Like, the introduction that we get, so like this first part, is so different to how it is in the film. I mean, obviously I was expecting that anyway. I knew there was going to be differences, but I didn't realize quite how many differences there were going to be. But there really were a lots of like just little things. Like, it's quite grim straight from the start. We've got loads of deaths happening, which I wasn't expecting. We've got a dinosaur that's kind of escaped from Jurassic Park, which again was never talked about in the film. We do still have the main characters. We've got our 2 doctors, we've got Ian, who is the mathematician, you know, we've got all of our main players in, but I just wasn't expecting some of the sequencing of events to be happening, and I like it because it actually gives you a bit more context behind everything, which again is expected. I can understand why those parts were taken out and changed for the film, but I'm really liking it. Like, I have to admit, the writing is not the best, not something that I can go, this is a new all-time favorite book, but I am having a good time with it. Like, it's doing better than what I thought. I think currently it's a solid like 3.75 read. Like, I'm enjoying it. It's interesting. I really like the dinosaurs in it. It's very science heavy, which I'm liking. I am actually enjoying how scientific this book gets and how it explains things and stuff, which I didn't think I would get on with, but I am really enjoying. So yeah, I think it really works for what's happening. I mean, for those of you that don't know what Jurassic Park is about, we are following this guy called Hammond. Well, we're not following him, we're following different perspectives, but it's basically around this guy called Hammond who loves dinosaurs, has loads of money, and has decided to pay people to create a theme park around dinosaurs. And yeah, things obviously go really, really wrong, but I'm really enjoying it. The different perspectives we get, it's mainly, we've got Grant, who is one of our doctors. He's the paleontologist, and we do first meet him as he is at an excavation site, which is how it happens in the film. We also have Dr. Sattler, is the kind of like biologist, I can't pronounce the name, but she's Dr. Grant's partner. They work together on the field, and so we get their perspectives. We also get the attorney or lawyer. I really need to keep a list of names. Gennaro, and he is the lawyer part of it, but again, there's more in depth to it than that, because in the film you do have this lawyer that's coming along. They're realizing, oh my god, we can make loads of money off this and all of that stuff, but at first they're going there to check if they need to shut everything down. There's loads of different things going on. Like, there's lawyers involved, you've got another company that's trying to get what Hammond's doing, but it all gets really explained, and I really like it. And also the point in the film where we have, what's the gentleman's name that takes everything? Dennis, who is stealing like the genetic information of the dinosaurs and selling it. We actually get that all explained, and the company that's buying it all and everything. So I really like that. I like how we're just getting a little bit more clarification around different things. It's just a really easy, fun read. I think I'm enjoying it more because I recently watched the film, and yeah, I'm pleased. Look, this is going really well. It's going better than Lost in the Garden, so I'm enjoying it. I'm only reading it slowly. Like, I've read it over the last couple of days, and I'm not taking loads of time out of my day to sit down and read loads because we've been really busy. Like, yesterday we went to a train and boat market, which I've put in some of the b-roll of what we got up to there, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. The train market was awesome because literally the market is right on the running rails of the train, and then when the train comes through, everyone has to like pull back all their market stalls and stuff in time for this train to come through the market, and then the floating market and stuff. So that was a really nice day out. I've been enjoying just doing different things like that. So occasionally I'm settling down for like half hour here or there just to read a little bit, and I am enjoying this. This is going really well. I'm intrigued to see what other differences we're going to get from the film to the books, and yeah, this is good. I mean, it's very scientific. It really focuses in on the biotechnology of it all, but it does take the time to explain it as well. And I'm also just really enjoying those moments where, especially in the first few chapters, and we've got this dinosaur that's attacking people, and we're like, oh, that's a dinosaur, we know that's a dinosaur, and nobody obviously is thinking about that, because why would you think that dinosaurs are suddenly back? Like, you just wouldn't think that. Seeing all those bits where it's like leading up to, no, this is a real dinosaur, but nobody actually believing that, it was really fun. I enjoyed those bits as well. And I am just enjoying seeing the dinosaurs. Like, I read The Lost World by is it The Lost World? I'll put up if it's wrong, by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and I really enjoyed that book. Like, that was really good. That's also another dinosaur book, and it was really good. I really liked it. Like, it's slightly different to dinosaurs, sort of, like the different things going on around it, but it was really fun, and now I'm reading this one and I'm really liking it. So maybe that's just a whole genre of books that I never thought I would get on with, but actually I do find quite fun. And I think it's like, that's what it is. Like, it's fun because it's just entertaining. I think it goes back to that childish like one of being a paleontologist and, you know, having dinosaurs and just that innate fascination with dinosaurs and things. So I think it just kind of goes back to those moments. So yeah, this is just good. It's just good fun. 3.75 read. So far the holiday's been great. We've been able to do, well, I've done quite a bit of shopping, which has been lovely, but also food has been amazing, and yeah, just in general just enjoying it, really enjoying it. We've still got another 10 days. So yeah, I think I'm just going to take my time of reading this. I'll give you an update probably when I'm about halfway through, and then go from there. It's been really good. Oh, I got my nails done while I'm out here. You can barely tell because they're like a really light pink, but I got that done. That was great. It cost me a grand total of £8, which is insane considering how much I normally pay for my nails. Got all of that done, which is very nice. Had a nice little pamper session in the morning while my partner was chilling out, sleeping. So I got my nails done, read a little bit, and it's just been good. It's been a really nice holiday. Okay, right, I think I don't have loads more to say because the main part was just to say my initial impressions of Jurassic Park, and the main thing for me is just enjoying seeing the differences between the book and the film. So I do think if I had gone into this without watching the film first, I think probably my entertainment level would be a little bit less, because the writing style isn't anything amazing. Like, it's a writing style that honestly there are some moments where I'm like, ugh, it's really of its time, especially like how they talk about women and like certain things like that. I'm just a little bit like, okay. It's still good, like I'm still enjoying it. I can still get entertainment value out of this book, and again I think because of that, seeing, hang on a minute, that's not the way it happened in the film, and obviously the book came first, so obviously it's just been really fun to see those differences. Generally speaking, I'm really not a film person, so actually enjoying the film, because I do enjoy that film, to then also enjoy the book and just be able to comment on the differences. Like, I have been commenting to my partner and been like, oh my god, this happened like this and it didn't happen like that in the film, and he's like, okay, cool, I've not seen the film in ages, I don't know what you're talking about. But it's been really fun to do, so I've enjoyed that. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how different it gets. And a lot of people, well, I had a couple comments telling me how this book gets darker than the film, which I'm really excited about, which I can't remember if I've said in this video or not, but yeah, I'm really excited to continue on with this one and see where it goes. And then the second book I'm going to be reading in June. So yeah, I missed the watch along party for the second film, which is a bit of a shame, just because I was here, so I didn't watch it with everyone, which is a bit of a shame, but I have enjoyed doing this. This has been really good. So I'm really pleased that actually Leandra and Rainey got me to read this one, because honestly, without this read along, I never would have picked this book up. It just would never have happened. And I never would have rewatched the first film. So this has just been a really fun, entertaining time. Like, I just didn't expect to be having the enjoyment that I'm getting from it, I guess. Anyway, I've repeated myself loads. I actually need to update another video, and my camera battery's kind of dying on me, and I only bought the one battery. So fingers crossed we can get everything filmed in time. Been a few days and I've now got up to page 269 of the book and I'm really enjoying this. Well, I say really enjoying, I guess that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I'm enjoying seeing all the differences between the book and the film, as I already mentioned. The writing to me hasn't really got any better. It's okay. It kind of, it's better than what I expected, but it also isn't like my favorite type of writing style either, but it's enough that I'm enjoying what I'm reading, so it's fine. It's not the sort of writing style where I would DNF the book over, but it's fine. It's not going to get a really high rating because of that writing style, but also it's okay. I would say the first, from where I left it off and they had just arrived at Jurassic Park, there was a bit of it where it felt like a science lesson, which wasn't a bad thing, but it meant that I read it quite slowly. Like, I think I read that in 2 different parts because it was very science heavy and I'm not a science girly, so I had to give myself a little bit of a break. You can see where they streamlined that for the film to make it more palatable for wider viewers. And there was even a point where we're following Tim and even he says, okay, I'm kind of bored, and he's really interested in dinosaurs, but he's like, yeah, this is boring me. Too much science stuff. So we learn all about the DNA and the different things that they went through, and it's more in depth than the film, which I do appreciate. And there are certain differences, like in the film you get told how frog DNA has been used to patch up areas that are missing within the dinosaur DNA. That you don't get told in that bit, that gets discovered later on, and it actually has a bigger impact in the book than it does in the film, and I actually really liked that. Once we get past that bit and they're actually doing the tour of the dinosaur park, obviously that's when things go terribly wrong. It's good. Like, the pacing really picks up. I think the tension is there. It's definitely more high stakes in the book than it is in the film because you really feel like nobody is safe. Whereas in the film, I think you kind of like are reassured that at least the children are going to be safe. Whereas in this, like, there was a moment where I'm like, oh god, did that really just happen in this book? And it didn't, but it was definitely there, and I'm like, ooh, I like this. So yeah, there's a lot of differences between the book and the film, like from little things to bigger things, which I am enjoying. So like little things as to who actually went on the tour of the park with them, little differences between the book. Also things like what happens to the children, so like the T-Rex attacks the car, that's in the film, but actually the sequence of events and the way it all occurs is different in the book, which I liked. I thought it was really well done. And then we have just subtle differences, like not so subtle, with one of the characters. So Hammond, the owner of Jurassic Park, is very different in the book to the film. I would actually say he's a much more of a horrible person in the book, but it's really interesting to see all these little differences. I did make some notes for things that weren't spoilery because, I mean, I am talking a lot about the film, but I mean, that film is as old as I am. But the book, however, I know not as many people have read the book, so I'm trying to keep those spoilers down to a minimum. So let me just see what I noted. Yep, I did the DNA and that sort of thing and how that was different, makes it more tense. Hammond is very different. Okay, so my notes were very sparse. No surprise there. But I just think overall, the book, like how some of the characters feel are very different. Like, I would actually say Ian Malcolm, the mathematician, in the film comes off as so much more of a creep than he does in the book. When we were doing the watch party, we were all in the chat and loads of people were like, oh my god, I love him, he's such an amazing person, like he was my actor crush and all of this. And I was like, I just thought he was a creep because he's creepy in the film. Like, he doesn't have like a boundary really, like I don't know, he just comes across like a player. He comes across like a smarmy player, like no, I don't like it. And so it was really funny seeing everyone go, oh my god, you know, he's so charismatic and all of this stuff, and I'm like, no. And in the book he's not like that, and so I prefer him as a character in the book than I do in the film, like so much more. I actually find all of the talk around chaos theory and all of that really interesting in here. Like, honestly, there are things that I could be tabbing, but this isn't the sort of book where I'm like, oh yeah, I need to tab everything, because there are some interesting bits that I could tab, but overall it's just not that sort of book for me. I would say this is sitting comfortably at like a 3.5 star. I am enjoying this one. I am happy to read the next book. Would I reread this one? I don't know. maybe eventually. It's something where, like I've already mentioned in this video, like I'm enjoying so much because I have that comparison with the film. That is where I'm really enjoying it, where I'm really looking into all the things that happened and being like, oh, that's different to the film, and like this has been shortened, this has been expanded in the film, or this character's been changed. Like I'm enjoying seeing all of that more than anything else. Although I will say the bits now with the system going down and all of that, like I'm enjoying that because the tension really is there. So I'm looking forward to seeing where the rest of this goes, what other differences there are. I know the ending is very different, or at least that's like what some of the comments were in the watch party, that the ending of the book is very different to the film. So I'm very intrigued to see how that goes. But yeah, it's been really good. I've been reading it very slowly. Like I haven't been reading it every day. So yesterday I didn't pick this one up at all. The day before that I actually read quite a good chunk of it. And like I said, during that initial science lesson part where we're learning about the DNA and everything that went into creating these dinosaurs, that was a little bit slower for me. So, you know, I've just been taking my time with it, and I'm really pleased that I've been doing that. It's been fun. And also I've just enjoyed how many different perspectives we've actually got in this book, because we're really getting a good overview of the different characters, and we're really understanding things so much better than what you do in the film, which is normal. Like, let's face it, whenever you've got a book to film adaptation, you're never going to get the full immersive like understanding of all the different characters, the reason why they were doing all these different things as you do in a book, because the film, you just don't have time for it. It would take forever. Kind of why, in all honesty, I prefer TV shows to films, because I can really get to understand the characters, because you can take that time to really explore them. Although in general, unless it's anime lately, I'm just not interested in TV in general. Weird side tangent, but yeah, it's been good. I'm enjoying all the different characters, the different perspectives. There have been certain moments that really do make you feel scared. Like there is a publicist in this that we don't meet in the film at all. You have the lawyer, you have the hunter, you have all of these things, but like the publicist is also a character in here, and you get their perspective. But I think that was cut from the film. But there was a moment there where like the actual fear, the terror, you can really understand it. Especially because he's like, I've seen all this happen, I'm not doing this, and it's just good. I'm just enjoying it. It's really good fun. As much as the writing isn't my favourite, I'm enjoying the actual reading experience, so that's great. And then the holiday, what have we been up to? Honestly, these last few days, not loads. We had a bit more of a chill time. We used the gym that's here, so we've got the Airbnb, but it's inside a building where we've got a gym and a pool for our own use, so that was really nice to do. Oh, we did see some candy being made, so I got some little candy, and it's got little cat faces on it, and I think it's adorable. I don't know if my camera's going to show you. There we go. Super cute, very tasty. So we got some hard candy, and I got to see that being made, and just in general, just enjoying our time. But okay, I've got honestly not a lot that we're doing today. It's tomorrow. That's a slightly busier day, which is going to be great. So we've got 2 days planned for the next from tomorrow. Which I'm looking forward to. One of them is this really cool museum that I found that I would like to go to. So yeah, a few things to do, but I'll check back in when I've finished Jurassic Park, unless something really like exciting or something happens where I feel like I have to talk about it. But I think in general, it's a good book in the terms of it's better than what I expected. I think I would recommend this to anyone that's looking for a science heavy book with dinosaurs. I mean, like, it's a classic dinosaur book. I would recommend this, and as I mentioned, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's book, just because, you know, they're good dinosaur books, why not? And then, oh, that's what I wanted to mention for it. So this is actually working. I don't know what's going on with my lighting. It's a bit all over the place. Has that done anything? Probably not. But this is working for the Our Fantasy Bingo. So if you don't know what that is, I do have a whole TBR video for Our Fantasy, and this is the second book that's actually keeping with the TBR video that I made, and I'm using this square for Biopunk, because obviously the Biopunk square is to read a book where it has biological technology in it. It doesn't work for hard mode, but obviously with the dinosaurs being made through this biotechnology, like it works perfectly. So I'm using Jurassic Park for that square, and I think I'm not doing too bad with this. I'm tracking the different images, track whether it's a horror book, a sci-fi book, and I'm also gonna have a separate one for fantasy, but I don't think I've actually had a fantasy book on there yet. I think this is only the 4th prompt that I fulfilled, so I do need to get a bit of a wiggle on, but it is going until the end of March next year, so I have a little bit of time to get on with this one. But I've been enjoying it. It's been really fun. I'm so impressed with other people that have made so much progress already. But yeah, I'm very pleased with the progress that I'm making, pleased with the book, pleased that it works for a square on our fantasy. So, you know, everything's working. And I think I'm gonna leave it there, because I think at this point I am just waffling for the sake of waffling, which I know you all don't mind, but we do have things to get on with. We do need to go shopping, pick up a few groceries and things. Well, I say groceries, we're eating out all the time, so it's actually just things like water, chocolate oat milk, because I love my chocolate oat milk and they have that here, so just little things. Anyway, right, okay, I'm gonna go. We're going to be heading out for some food in just a moment. We're going to be going to one of the food courts, and so we're right by the shopping centre district, and there are so many massive shopping centres, and each one has its own little food court, and they are some of the best. I love the food here. It is so cheap. So far on food today alone, we have spent 200 baht. 200 baht, which equates to just under £5, and that's been breakfast and dinner. Like, it's crazy. It's so cheap out here. Moving on from food, I have finished Jurassic Park, and I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed this so much more than I thought, which I know I've already said. I started editing this video yesterday, and I know I've already said that, but genuinely so much more than what I thought. This bit, once you get past the science lesson part and they're actually in the park and all the things are going wrong, the electric's all gone down, and it gets really intense. And this book really, so much happens. So much more happens in here than it does in the film. And again, we know that's going to be the case. We know you're always going to have more from a book than from a film, but so much of it was different, like the sequence of events that happened, certain things that happened that I feel like, wait, wasn't that in the second film, not this? So like surprising to see it in here. I definitely want to watch the second film before I go into the second book, so that's definitely gonna be something I do when I get home. But it was just very interesting. Like, there was a certain scene that I'm like, I'm pretty sure that happens in the second film, and maybe it happens again in the second book. Maybe it's a case of they took that part from this book and put it into the second film. I don't know, but I'm really intrigued to see where that all fits in, and also just some of the focus on the different animals. So like the velociraptors, like there was so much more being said about their behavior and how they migrate like birds, and it was just so interesting, but also such high stakes. Like, so many more characters, so many more deaths, so many more things going on that just wasn't in the film, and I really felt like tabbing all the big scenes that were happening that were just not in the film at all. I just never did it. I do have a couple of tabs. There were actually 3 quotes that were being said by Ian, so Ian Malcolm, our mathematician, who, again, I said in the film, I didn't like him as a character. I thought he was really creepy. In here, he's my favourite character. I think some of the things that he was saying was so well done, so spot on, that I ended up actually tabbing that. I wasn't expecting to do that, but I some of the stuff is just some of the points that he's making about life, about the way we treat certain things and the way we perceive things, and I really liked some of those quotes. And yeah, so just the changes, the amount of changes that happen in this book compared to the film, it was so good. Like, this is definitely a book I would reread. Like, the more and more I think about it, the more I'm like, I really did enjoy this book. So I know I said like a 3.75, and I am kind of really like happy with that, but also I'm kind of tempted just to give it the full 4 because it really was a very entertaining read. The writing still isn't my favourite, but I am intrigued enough to read The Lost World and then potentially read other books by Michael Crichton. Like, there's been one, there was like a list of some of his books at the back, and I was reading over synopsis, and the one that stood out to me was Congo. Sounds interesting. Some of the others are a bit more like thriller leaning, not really my kind of cup of tea, but that one sounded kind of interesting. You'll have to let me know if any of you have read any other Michael Crichton books. What would you suggest? But this was so good. It was so entertaining. There's so many differences. I really want to say what all the differences are, but for anyone that's only watched the film or something, like, I don't want to spoil things for the book. All I can do is say, give it a try. If you like Jurassic Park, the film, and you haven't read the book, give the book a try, because it's so much better than what you think. And I think it's such a good experience if you watch the film and then read the book. Like, I would really recommend doing it. And just, yeah, I just think this was very well done. It had a really good blend of science and then high stakes, dealing with the fact that dinosaurs are out and about, as well as some really good quotes about human behavior and our nature to just not take ownership for the things that we've done, not to really think about things, to do things because we can, not because whether we should or not. And I loved it. I'm going to read to you one of the quotes. I'm going to read the first one. Ian Malcolm is talking about discovery is always a rape of the natural world. Always. And then he goes on to say he's saying this to Ellie, Dr. Sattler, and he says to her, you don't replant, you don't restore the land after you dig. Why not? And Ellie says, there's no money, I guess. Fast forward a little bit, it goes, I'm trying to tell you that scientists want it this way. They want byproducts and trash and scars and side effects. It's a way of reassuring themselves. It's built into the fabric of science, and it's increasingly a disaster. And then Ellie goes, well, what about all the advantages that science gives us, all the advances that we've made? And Malcolm says, what advances? The number of hours women devote to housework has not changed since 1930. Despite all the advances, all the vacuum cleaners, washer dryers, trash compactors, garbage disposals, wash and wear fabrics, why does it still take as long to clean the house as it did in 1930? Because there haven't been any advances, not really. 30,000 years ago, when men were doing cave paintings at Lascaux, they worked 20 hours a week to provide themselves with food and shelter and clothing. The rest of the time they could play or sleep or do whatever they wanted. And they lived in a natural world with clean air, clean water, beautiful trees and sunsets. Think about it. 20 hours a week, 30,000 years ago. I want people to wake up. We've had 400 years of modern science, and we ought to know by now what is good for and what is not good for. It's time for a change. It all goes on from, like, it's just so many quotes like that where I'm just like, it's just such valid criticisms, and it was so well done, and I loved it. I think Ian, favorite character in this whole book, and I was so not expecting that. I mean, again, already mentioned this, but I genuinely was not expecting him to end up being my favorite character. Some of the things that I found a little bit interesting to see what they changed around the characters is the children. So in the film, the girl is older than Timmy and she's into like computers and things. In this, she's actually younger. She's like Timmy's age. I think she's like 4. And then Timmy's older and he's into computers and dinosaurs, and he's the one that ends up helping and stuff. So you have that role reversal. I actually kind of like that. lightning. I kind of like how it changed to show and to like have it in cinema that, you know, girls can be interested in computers and stuff as well. So I thought that was quite an interesting change, but also a good change, and you can see why they did that change. Also, in general, just like how the men treat Ellie is also better in the book than it is in the film. I would say there's a lot more like sexualizing of Ellie. Like there's a couple of bits right at the start about that, but nowhere near as much in the film as there is in the book. Like I think that was done better. She was seen more as an actual doctor of science, apart from a couple things that she had to overcome, like the surprise, like the general assumption that, oh, there are 2 doctors coming on this trip, they must both be men, and then they're quite quickly put in their place like, no, she's a woman. But like it was like little things that was just interesting. So like those are some of like the smaller changes. Bigger changes would be sequence of events, different things that were happening with the dinosaurs, things that were cut out completely from the film that would have really added to the tension. And like I say, one particular scene, which I'm pretty sure is in the second film, but I don't actually know. I will comment on that when I get round to watching that film and reading that book and just go from there. But this was really entertaining. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna boost it up to the 4 stars. I think I'm gonna give it 4. But of course, this vlog was meant to be the vlog of Lost in the Garden by Adam S. Leslie. And to be fair, I was thinking about this one yesterday, like, oh, I could get back into this and read it, and I am kind of intrigued, and I am intrigued in the plot, but I don't like the writing of it, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel... This is a book I think I'm gonna sit on. Maybe I'll get back to it at some point. Maybe it will just be a soft DNF. Maybe at some point I will try and read a little bit more and just see if I can get that interest in it. Yeah, currently DNF, but I have been thinking that I would like to continue. But again, I don't know whether that's just a case of like Exordia, which I read at the start of the month, where I pushed through and finished it, and I'm like, I just shouldn't have bothered because this just wasn't worth it, but I really wanted to like it. It kind of feels the same way, so I'm gonna give myself some time and distance between this book. Maybe eventually I'll get round to picking it up and trying it again. Maybe I'll prefer it at that point, but for right now, this is a DNF, and I will decide whether it's going to be a DNF, I'm never picking it back up, or maybe it was just the wrong time, and maybe I'll get back into it. I think because it's like folk horror, fever dreamy, like I really want to like it because those are some of my buzzwords at the minute, but the writing style didn't quite gel, and maybe that will be something I can get past next time I try picking it up, hence why I'm holding on to it. But I feel like I'm holding on to it in vain hope that's not actually going to come to anything, but we'll see. We'll see with this one. But that brings us to the end of everything I've read for this video. I have one more full day here in Thailand where we're not even planning to do loads. It's just going to be more of like a rest and chill. We did, in the last bit of footage you saw, we went to the ancient city, and that was really nice. We definitely didn't plan it amazingly well. So I was looking at loads of reviews, and a few of the reviews were like, oh, you could easily walk it in like 2.5 hours. Like, I don't understand that people are saying you need all day. And so we were like, okay, cool, we're gonna walk around and see. And then it was a case of, as you know, it's huge. It is this massive like outdoor museum, and it's beautiful, but you need a full day. Genuine. If you're going to be walking it, you need a full day. Otherwise, you can hire like golf carts and things like that. We decided to walk it, and yeah, I feel like with the time that we had done, because we arrived there at like late afternoon, like 2 o'clock, and so we had like 4 hours before it was closing, and I feel like we should have hired the golf cart. But we did do quite a bit of it. Let me grab the map and show you. So this is the map. And we didn't get to this segment here. So we did all of that and all of this bit here, which honestly is not too bad considering that we were walking around. But yeah, we do have all of this. We said we would definitely come back to do that bit, and we'd actually hire the golf cart and re-go over everything because it really is beautiful. Like, there are some gorgeous things there. Like, I'll show you some of the images. Like there are so many beautiful things to see there. It was absolutely lovely. So yeah, some of the architecture and stuff was wonderful, and I really liked how they did it with the water and everything. Like it was very, very nice. Really enjoyed the day out. Definitely worth the price. Book online. Don't pay when you get there because it's so much cheaper online. But yeah, this was really worth it. That was a really good day out. I really enjoyed that. And then aside from that, like, it's been the usual. We've been eating loads, we've been doing loads of shopping and stuff. I like the fact that we did a couple of like proper days out excursions this time, which was really nice. And just, yeah, we've had a couple chill days as well, especially coming towards the end, you know, but it's been lovely. It's been really, really good, and I've really enjoyed it. We also, I don't know if I did it in this video or not. I'm trying to split the video footage between this video, the new releases video, and then I'm also doing a Patreon exclusive where they ask for more in-depth of what I actually get up to. So I've been trying to like spread things around. But we did also go up on this building. It's called the King Power Tower or something like that, and it's taller than the Shard, which is taller than the Eiffel Tower. So it's a very tall building, absolutely huge, and you could go all the way to the roof. I didn't do that. Terrified of heights, not about that life. But I did go up to the 75th floor where they have this like observatory bit where you can just see the whole of Bangkok. Like, it's amazing. You get basically a 360-degree view because everything is glass walls, and yeah, it's beautiful. I'll put up a picture here if the footage isn't in this one. I think the footage might be in the new release. I don't know, we'll find out, but I'll stick a picture up. It was really terrifying, like, because I genuinely do get a little bit like terrified of heights. So it was terrifying, but also so beautiful. And then my partner went up to the actual roof and everything, and yeah, wow, it's very, very, very high. But that was a really good day as well. And they also had like this visual art exposition museum thing going on that was all around animals, which was really cool. I feel like I've said all this and I just don't know what video I've said it in. If I've said it already, then yeah. But we did that. That was really good. I really enjoyed the art side of things. It was like light shows and lasers and stuff that was doing it all, and that was absolutely fabulous as well. So it's been really good to tie in a few days of just doing our usual stuff that we love here in Bangkok, but also tying it in with a few excursions that we haven't done before. So yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful. But the next time you see me, I am going to be back home in the UK. And yeah, this reading vlog didn't quite go to plan, but I'm very happy with how it happened actually, because it gave me a lot of chill time. Like, in these 2 weeks, I have edited for about 2.5 hours, and that's it, which is unheard of for me. Normally I'm editing every single day without fail. Maybe like give myself one day off every week or two. It has been really nice to give myself that break, and I feel really rejuvenated, especially because like reading this one book and taking pretty much 2 weeks to read it, again, unheard of for me, but it's been nice to take that reading break. And now I feel really ready to go for loads of reading, getting into everything, all the projects, which is perfect because the Amazing Readathon is literally starting tomorrow. So that's perfect timing, although I realised all the books that I have for my TBR for that, they're at home. So I don't think I think I'm gonna be a little bit behind at the start of the Amazing Readathon. I've also realized I haven't left myself any reader material for the flight. I've got my Kindle with me, so I might pick up like a little book on that. I have video projects that I want to start, but again, everything for that is all at home, so I didn't really account for that. But also Animal Crossing, and we have a night flight, so I'll probably be sleeping more than anything else. And I've been playing so much Animal Crossing. It's been really good. My island's looking really, really good. I finally got to that 3-star point now. So for those of you that know Animal Crossing, you'd know that's the point where the rest of the actual building game actually starts, where you can start terraforming things, knocking down the cliffs and like sorting out your waterways and doing all of that. So I've got to that point last night, and so I started doing some of the terraforming on that. So that's been really good. So I've been spending loads of time just relaxing, and you know what, it's been really needed. I don't think I've given myself a break like this in such a long time. Like, genuinely, it's been a couple years since I've given myself a nice little YouTube break. I mean, don't get me wrong, to do that and achieve that, I had to work my butt off at the first half of the month, but it has been really nice. So anyway, right, I have just been waffling on for a good 5 minutes since I stopped talking about the books. Thank you so much for listening to me. Please let me know your thoughts on these books. If you've read Jurassic Park, if you've read anything else by Michael Crichton, also whether you think I should give Lost in the Garden another try at a later date, like, do let me know. But yeah, I am going to leave you there. So thank you so so much for watching. If you've made it this far and just don't have anything to comment, then we definitely need to leave a dinosaur emoji in the comments below. I will leave you all in peace. So thank you so much for all of your support, for so many of you that are always in the comments below. Like, I recognize you. I really appreciate all of you that are returning viewers and supporting me all the time. So thank you so much. And an extra special thank you to my Patreons for all of your support and understanding over there. And just, it's been amazing. I'm really looking forward to putting together that Thailand vlog for you all and doing all the footage and everything. So I think that's going to be really good. So if you are interested in that, do feel free to check out my Patreon below, but no pressure. And yeah, just thank you to everyone. I hope you're all doing amazingly well. My social media link, anyone I've mentioned, everything is always linked below for you, and I will catch you in the very next video.